Welcome again to today's webinar, Raise Your Sales with Virgin Voyages and CLIA. This webinar is brought to you by Baxter Media, and I'm your host, Zephan McMillan, Virtual Events Coordinator at Baxter Media. And today is Tuesday, June 20th. We're so glad you're here. Thanks so much for connecting. Our presenters from Virgin Voyages today are John Diorio, Vice President of North American Sales, and of course, we have Lauren Harris here as well, Sales Manager of National Accounts. And Lauren is going to be answering your questions at the end of the webinar. So stay with us till then. And of course, we're also excited to have Charles Sylvia from CLIA here. And Charles is the Vice President of Trade Relations and Industry Special Envoy. We've had Charles involved in a couple of our cruise line webinars, and we're really happy to have him here again today. Charles will bring a few opening remarks from CLIA before the presentation begins. The webinar today is pre-recorded, so you're going to see a presentation from John Diorio, and his portion is pre-recorded. So you'll see him actually in two different outfits today because we had to record two sessions with him. So stay tuned for that. We're really excited to have him and really lucky to have his presentation. And of course, we are also lucky to have Lauren here, who again will be answering your questions during a live Q&A at the end of the webinar. So feel free to type your questions into the Q&A section of the public chat, which is located just on the right-hand side of your screen there. And you'll see a Q&A section, and you can submit your questions throughout the presentation or just at the end, and we will answer them live after the presentations. Please note the winner of the Virgin Voyages prize bag will be announced at the end of the webinar. So the prize includes a bottle of Moet champagne and a $100 gift card. We're really excited about that. So only those who attend for the full webinar will be entered into the random draw. So stick with us till the end, folks, and we'll announce that at the end. Today is a live broadcast with the pre-recording, so your patience is appreciated during any technical difficulties that may arise, and the webinar is being recorded. So a link to the recording will be sent to all registrants within about 24 hours, so you'll receive it in an email from myself then. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the recordings. And again, feel free to ask any questions you may have, and we'll go from there. So I'm just going to turn my camera off. And Lauren, if you could do the same, that'd be great. And we'll get going here. Thanks again, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Zephan, and thank you to the entire team at Baxter Media for this wonderful opportunity to be with all of you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being on today's call. My name is Charles Sylvia, and I am Vice President of Trade Relations and Industry Special Envoy with Cruise Lines International Association. And that's CLIA, right? CLIA is the Worldwide Trade Association, the Cruise Industry Trade Association, headquartered in Washington, D.C. And I just want to take a moment to share with you a quick update on what's new at CLIA. And I always want you to be able to be in touch with me, folks. So because I serve you, my team and I in Washington, D.C., we serve you. So please scan that QR code, follow me on social media. I'm always posting valuable content for you to use to help grow your cruise sales and your commission income. Don't hesitate to email me. My email's right there, and I'm happy to point you in the right direction if I can't help you, but if I can, happy to do that too. So without further ado, the next slide, I just want to share really quickly what's new at CLIA. We have the 2023 State of the Cruise Industry course. Now, many of you who are current 2023 CLIA members, whether you're travel agency members or individual agent members, you have been anxiously awaiting this free course. Now, this is the annual course that is a requirement of membership every year. It is free and it is live now. We've got it live on our site. You simply need to only log into your MyCLIA online membership portal, and you will need to complete this before the fall so that you can renew your membership. But again, it's live. I mean, it's free. And I can tell you what, it took me about 10 minutes to complete the course. And the quiz at the end, I scored a perfect 100. And if I can score a perfect 100 on a quiz, you absolutely can. On the next slide, for those of you who may have missed out on our live training event in Galveston, I've got terrific news. We've got another live training event happening in Atlanta. It's going to come up on August 12th. And we're going to be focusing on the 4 pillars of success. So it's going to focus very, very strongly on closing a sale, closing sales, marketing, communicating with your clients, and on developing your personal brand. So if any of you out there are heavily cruise focused, we want you to be part of this live training event in Atlanta. You need only sign on to MyClia, and you want to go to the Travel Advisor Center and visit events, and the registration page is there so that you can sign up for this valuable training opportunity. And then my final slide real quick is just that CLIA membership is at its all-time record, ladies and gentlemen. We are at an historic high of 56,282 strong. Now that's in the United States and Canada, and we are privileged to have all of you who are CLIA members as our members. We're privileged to serve you. If you haven't joined CLIA yet, believe me, there's still half a year left, and you can absolutely redeem so many benefits that will more than pay for your membership through December 31st and then some, including more than $3,000 in bonus commissions. So scan that QR code, whether you're a travel agency owner and manager and want to become a travel agency member or an individual agent member, sign up for CLIA today. And thank you for the opportunity to help you grow your cruise sales. And so with that, I'd like to introduce a dear friend of mine and someone who I consider to be one of the most esteemed colleagues that we have in the cruise industry. John DiOrio is Senior Vice President of North American Sales with Virgin Voyages. John is part of a passionate and dedicated crew at Virgin Voyages that strives to be brilliant to do business with for their first mates. And first mates, that's Virgin Voyages speak for travel advisors, folks, in case you didn't know, around the world. John leverages his 30-plus years of experience in sales, leadership, and industry relations to lead sales and support in North America. Prior to setting sail the Virgin Way almost 5 years ago, which I can't believe it's already been 5 years, John was a member of the Mark Travel Corporation's sales leadership team and held various senior leadership roles at Expedia Group, in addition to providing strategic consulting in the travel realm. John is currently co-chair of the ASTA Proud Partner Committee, vice chair of the CLIA Trade Relations Committee, and is a new advisory board member for Travel Age West. John DiOrio, my dear friend, welcome to the broadcast.
Well, ahoy, everybody. My name is John DiOrio. I'm the Vice President of Sales in North America for Virgin Voyages, and I am honored to be able to present to you all the amazing things happening with Virgin Voyages. First and foremost, a big thank you to Baxter Media and our good friend and industry leader from CLIA, Charlie Sylvia. So thank you both. But without further ado, let's get started into the presentation. First and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about Virgin Voyages' new campaign called Now We're Voyaging. We launched this back in December and January of last year and this year to really showcase what the experiences were like when your sailors come on board our beautiful lady ships. And in typical Virgin fashion, we did something really amazing. We created a music video. If you go to YouTube and look up Virgin Voyages, you'll see this amazing music video that we performed. Thankfully, our entire sales crew was there. You might even spot some of them in the crowd during this music video, but it was really meant to showcase what it was like to sail on Virgin Voyages. And boy, what an impact this video has made in explaining and for sailors to see who is coming on board and what the experience is like. And we've seen just a tremendous uplift in booking. So Now We're Voyaging truly is about sharing with you, our first mate partners, and for you to share with your potential sailors what it's like to sail with Virgin Voyages. Now, if you haven't heard the news over the past few months, we've had all these amazing customers on board thanks to our first mates. And we were just recently the very first cruise brand, actually brand ever, to sweep the Cruise Critic Cruiser's Choice Awards for 2023. It's a mouthful. What does that mean? These are customers that have sailed on Virgin Voyages and went to cruisecritic.com and put amazing reviews to the point they voted us the best overall cruise line for 2023, including best dining, best cabins, best service, and best value for money. I can't tell you how proud we are as a company to have won these awards, let alone being the first brand ever to sweep these awards. Rest assured, your sailors are going to have an amazing time when they come on board Virgin Voyages. Now, if you don't quite know a lot about our brand just yet, we are building 4 brand new ships. 3 of them are actually already sailing, and a 4th is to come later this year. The great thing about Our Lady ships is they are all identical in size, and everything on board is identical as well. A little few nuances here and there with artwork and such, but the reality is the ships itself are identical. Scarlet Lady was our very first ship. We launched her. We actually received her in March of 2020, but obviously we didn't start sailing with Scarlet Lady until August of 2021 out of the UK, and then in October of 2021 in Miami. But Scarlet Lady is doing 4 and 5 night sailings year-round out of Miami. Some great different itineraries to choose from. A little bit of something for everyone for that great little kind of quick getaway of 4 and 5 nights, but also a great way to get that first experience with Virgin Voyages. Then, not long after that, we launched Valiant Lady, and Valiant Lady started sailing in May of 2022, and Valiant Lady spends her summers out of Barcelona doing 2 different 7-night itineraries, both with an overnight in Ibiza. And then when Valiant Lady is done in the Med, she comes over to Miami and does a 6 and an 8 night sailing in the winter time. So again, some great destinations on all these itineraries. And then not too long ago, last month to be specific, in May, we launched our 3rd beautiful lady ship, Resilient Lady. She now sets sail out of Athens, Greece for the summer. We have 2 amazing itineraries there, both 7 nights each. And what's great about Resilient Lady, when she is done with Greece and all those great itineraries, she then makes her way on a 44-night 3 itinerary journey to Australia, where she will spend her winter doing sailings from Melbourne and Sydney, Australia. Some great itineraries as well. There's a little bit of something for everyone. Now, I'm showing you this beautiful view. This is Bimini and the Bahamas. When you sail Scarlet Lady or Valiant Lady out of Miami, every single one of our itineraries has a stop at our beautiful beach club in Bimini. You can see the 2 big lagoon pools on either side, white sands, turquoise waters. This is truly an epic part of all those itineraries we have out of Miami. This is exclusively our beach club when we are in port in Bimini. Now, it's again, I want to highlight some of our European voyages. We have 2 ships right now sailing out of the Med, Valiant Lady out of Barcelona and Resilient Lady out of Athens, Greece. And you can see some of the great, great locations we are taking our beautiful ships, and a little bit of something for everyone. 7-night itineraries. And what's great is all of our itineraries leave on Sunday. So you can easily also, if you're trying to actually make a back-to-back, each itinerary is different from week to week. So you could actually schedule a nice 14-night voyage by doing 2 different sailings. And as I mentioned before, when Resilient Lady is done in Athens, we will be heading down to Australia as well. And all 4 ships are currently on sale. I didn't quite talk about Brilliant Lady. That is our 4th ship coming later this year. Brilliant Lady will be sailing 7-night itineraries out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, hitting all those Southern Caribbean beautiful destinations. So we're looking forward to that as well. Now, this is a quick snapshot of what it looks like right now from a matrix standpoint on where our ships are going to be over the coming year and a half. We are working very, very quickly to get winter 24 and 25 launched here, hopefully in the next month or so. So stay tuned for that. Now, one of the things we're always asked is, why are people sailing with Virgin Voyages? Well, We used to say all the great reasons, but I think what we can really lean on is just look at the awards we're winning, not only from Cruise Critic, but also we're the highest rated cruise line on TripAdvisor as well. But the true reasons customers, or what we call sailors, are choosing Virgin Voyages, the very first reason is that we are an exclusively adult experience. There are no children on our beautiful lady ship. So this really creates this very unique vibe and experience that you're not necessarily worried about what you're going to do with your kids, let alone what others are doing with their kids. This is really meant for us as adults. And it's one of the highest ranked reasons people are sailing with Virgin Voyages. They want that adult experience. And then the second big reason is we're very casually luxurious. And what we mean by that is we kind of got rid of the stuffy formality. There's no captain's night we're telling you have to dress up. The only one thing we tell you to do is on Scarlet night, which is one of our epic parties, is wear just a splash of red. But casually luxe means come as you are, have the best time of your life. We're not going to tell you when you have to eat. We're not going to tell you what you have to wear. Just come and have just a wonderful service, level of service with premium service from our crew, and just so many different options to really kind of create your own soundtrack on what you want to do as an adult on any given day on our voyages. And then lastly, one of the key things that differentiates Virgin Voyages is our always included luxury. We got rid of the nickel and diming. All of these items are included in the voyage fare always. So we think Wi-Fi is a basic human right. Everybody gets free Wi-Fi when you sail with us for 2 devices each, which is amazing. Your essential drinks, which is your still and sparkling water, Intelligentsia drip coffee, and of course tea as well. And the great thing is that you're not going to see thousands and thousands of plastic bottles shoved in your cabin as well. We've got these great water stations, and you can see by the essential drinks images in your cabin, we have these 2 beautiful carafes that we fill up daily with still and sparkling water. We also include all the tips. You don't tip at all on board our beautiful ships. 20 different eateries, including our 6 full-blown restaurants. All of that food is included. You are not charged anything. It's not, there's no main dining. It's absolutely everything is included when it comes to food when you sail with Virgin. Of course, our shows and entertainment and all of our group fitness classes. You want to learn how to do a spin class or just continue that great workout. This is all included in your voyage fare. Now, what isn't included is drinks that have a cost to it, but we've solved for that. We created Bar Tab. Bar Tab is one of the best things you could ever purchase for your sailors, and it's the easiest way to allow your sailors to do what they want to do when it comes to buying drinks. So in a traditional sense, with other lines, when you buy a drink package, everybody has to buy the drink package in that cabin, even if they don't drink. Makes no sense to us. We created Bar Tab to be purchased at the individual sailor level. So if there are 2 people sailing in a cabin, only one has to buy Bar Tab if they even want to. And with that Bar Tab, you can buy drinks for the people you're sailing with or anybody else on board the ship. And that makes it really simple. The only limitation with Bar Tab is how much Bar Tab you have. You can use it for any drink that has a cost to it, whether it's alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages, any of our specialty coffee drinks, or any fresh pressed juices. And right now, for all of our bookings, till the end of the quarter, we actually are including up to $600 in Bar Tab, depending on the length of your sailing. Now, when we talk about the drinks itself, they absolutely are all priced very reasonable. So that $300 Bar Tab, which again, Virgin kicks in an extra $50 when you actually purchase it. Everything is priced so easy. So you can get a Heineken for $5. That's inclusive of tip. Our cocktails start at $9, and it's top shelf liquor. Also, our wines by the glass, almost 50% of them are under $10 per glass, and all of those gratuities on there is included. You're not paying for a drink and then seeing a forced 18% service charge, then a gratuity line to fill out. You have a band on your wrist that not only gets you into your cabin, but you use to tap to pay for any drink on board, and it's all included when it comes to your Bar Tab. So like I said, your only limitation is Bar Tab. You want to buy a $100 bottle of champagne? Do it. $50 nice shot of tequila? Do it. All of that you can use as long as you have Bar Tab. And if you run out of Bar Tab, No worries. You keep buying drinks on your portfolio with these amazing prices. It's the simplest way. And like I said, you do not have to have everyone in the cabin buy a bar tab. Now, we've got 1,408 cabins and suites on board our beautiful lady ships. They are very, very cleverly designed, and the technology is incredible. We've got tablets in all of the rooms that actually control the entire cabin itself. As you can see, we've got this beautiful mood lighting as well, depending on whatever mood you happen to be in. And the sea terrace is our main cabin. We have got, this is about 87% of all of our cabins on board our ship. Think of this as your basic balcony cabin, but it's a much more elevated experience, beautifully designed, like I said. And you've got that red Virgin Voyages hammock that sits out on the terrace there. And you're going to have to share that, unfortunately, with whoever you're sailing with. But once you get in, you're going to want to take one of those home with you, which we actually do sell on board our lady ships. But these hold anywhere from 1 to 4 sailors. They range from 225 to 265 square feet. We also have our sea view cabins. They range from about 130 to 190 square feet. They obviously don't have the terrace, but they will come in at obviously a slightly reduced price than our sea terrace cabins. But they have that beautiful view of the ocean as well. Of course, we also have these amazing insider cabins that are a little bit smaller in size. But again, there's a little bit of something for everyone. We actually also have with our insiders, we have what's called a social insider that actually sleeps up to 4. To think of it as 2 sets of bunk beds for those that just want to get on board, and then, you know, they're out and about. They don't necessarily need that hammock. They just want to go out and explore some great ports or just engage with everything on board the ship itself. And for those that are into the suite life, we've got 78 suites on board our lady ships. We call those RockStar quarters. 63 of them are the RockStar quarters, as you kind of see defined here. They range from 352 up to 857 square feet. This is actually our cheeky corner suite. If you're looking at the aft of the ship, basically from deck 8 up to deck 14, there are 3 cabins on each level, and they just kind of work their way up. And as you go up from 8 to 14, they get bigger in size. So that's where the range comes in. Those are the corners. And in the middle, we have our suite aft suites. Great, great choices. What's great about our RockStar quarters is you get access to Richard's rooftop. It's a private lounge. You also get a curated in-room bar. We stock the bar, and that first round is on us. They're the half bottles, and you've got about 5 or 6 bottles in there, and all those drinks are included with those that sail in that cabin. Once you're done, obviously, you're then paying for those afterwards. You also have early booking and priority access, and you have a team of RockStar agents to take care of all of your needs on board. And then, of course, we have our Mega RockStar quarters. There are 15 Mega RockStar quarters. Ironically, they're all on deck 15 towards the front of the ship. And you get all those other inclusions I just mentioned with the RockStar quarters, but you also get a daily bar tab. What that means is all of your drinks up to a $25 limit are included both on the ship as well as our beach club in Bimini. So those, if you're out and about having a cocktail at one of our amazing bars, or you're at the beach club, if you happen to be sailing out of Miami, when you're in a Mega RockStar quarter, all of those drinks are on us. You get daily spa access, transfer of complimentary parking at the terminal. You actually have a dedicated agent that will help you with all of your needs. And if you're sailing in the Caribbean, you do get premium Wi-Fi as well. And this particular image that you're seeing here, this is our massive suite. It's 2,147 square feet in total space. There are 2 of these beautiful suites on board our lady ships. And as I mentioned, if you're in any of our RockStar quarters, you get access to Richard's rooftop. This is a private lounge just for our guests in our RockStar quarters. You can't get into this area unless you have a band that actually lets you get in. And this is up on deck 16 towards the front of the ship. And again, exclusive spot. We got 2 beautiful hot tubs up there and a bar, and really a great place to come and just have that kind of more private time and space. And of course, when it comes to food, we are known for having the best dining, period. And what's really unique about our dining experience is that we've got 6 full-blown restaurants, and they all have their own executive chef, their own kitchen. and all the food is made fresh. These are incredible restaurants. As you can see here, we've got the Wake, Pink Agave, Razzle Dazzle, Test Kitchen, Gun Bay, and Extra Virgin. These are the 6 main restaurants on board our beautiful lady ships, 20 eateries in total. Again, we have no buffets on the ship. All the food is made fresh to order. And if anything, if you look at the reviews on TripAdvisor, on Cruise Critic, or even talk to some of your other fellow travel advisors around the world, they will tell you one thing: Virgin Voyages has the best food, period. And that's why we keep winning all these awards as well. Now, when it comes to epic experiences, think about great shows. And what we've done when it comes to creating something very unique is we hired a group of very, very talented producers that have never really created anything for ships before. And so all of our entertainment is very unique and custom to Virgin Voyages. You're not going to see a Broadway show kind of diluted and brought to our cruise ships. These are very, very first to see productions. They're very immersive entertainment, and it's something you will never see anywhere else other than on a sailing with Virgin Voyages. And of course, when you're on a beautiful holiday, you would love to have some great wellness. And obviously we have some amazing well-being curated experiences for our sailors. We have an amazing gym. We have an award-winning spa. So there's really a little bit of something for everyone. And as you can see here, we've got our redemption spa. Our B complex is where you can get a great workout. We've got a great spin class. We've got the runway, which is the picture you see in the middle, which is that red halo at the top of the ship where it's a dedicated walk and running track. We've got an outdoor yoga space. We've got the athletic club. And then there's an endless number of things that you can do for that additional type of well-being. My personal favorite is Stubble and Groom, where you can get a nice shave and a nice haircut. We got a blowout bar as well. There's a little bit of something for everyone. Now, when it comes to who our sailors are, like I said, we are exclusively adult. You have to be at least 18 years or older to sail with Virgin Voyages. You know, when we look at who's sailing, we've got a wide variety of age, from 18 up to 92, 93, I think I've seen recently. The one common thing that all of our sailors have is they're open-minded and they are young at heart. They're looking for something new. They love cruising and they want a new experience, or they have never cruised before, or at least maybe not in the last 10 years. And now they want to be introduced to a new way of voyaging, and that's where Virgin Voyages comes in. That sweet spot for us is probably, early 30s to late 50s, early 60s. That's about 85% of our sailors are kind of in that range. Average age is about 47, but don't let the age range really deter you. Again, it's a mindset. It's those that are young at heart. If you're under 30 or over 60, you're going to have an amazing time. As long as you come on board thinking that this is a new experience and not come in thinking that, oh, I want this to be just like this other experience I've had. You really cannot compare us to any other vacation at sea or at land. This is a very unique experience. And there's a reason we're winning all of these awards. And we know this is working, not just because the awards we're winning, but almost 50% of the sailors that get on board are putting a deposit down for their next voyage. That's an instant booking for you as well. So we've got the right formula. We just need your help of getting more of those sailors on board and trying Virgin Voyages for the first time. So as a recap, if you've got clients that love to travel without kids or traveling without kids, period, they love great food, they want to feel like a rock star, they want good service. We all want good service, but they want to avoid the formality, the stuffiness, being told what to do and how to do it. They want to try something new. And they've got that. They're young at heart, regardless of age. Age means nothing. They're going to have a great time, and you need to get them on Virgin Voyages. These are some great kind of statistics as well, some great quotes, who the perfect sailor is for Virgin Voyages. These are actually quotes from other travel advisors as well. And why are they coming? What are they doing on board? They're coming for family reunions, bachelor and bachelorette parties, anniversaries, birthday parties, friends trips, literally anything. Anything that's a celebration, you should be coming on Virgin Voyages, especially if you're traveling without children. Now, how are we brilliant for you, our wonderful First Mate and Travel Advisor community? First and foremost, it starts with creating the award-winning Sea Academy training program. We have had this program now for 2 years. For 2 years straight, we have won the Travel Weekly Magellan Gold Award for the best online training program. There are 4 tiers to this: Violet, Scarlet, Silver, and Gold. Each tier will take you about, 75 minutes or so, depending on how fast you go. It's interactive, it's fun. We've got some nice videos in there. And as you go through each of those tiers, we've got a little something in there for you. Outside of the downloadable certificate and an email signature stamp, when you get through Scarlet, when you make that first booking within the first 60 days, we have up to $100 bonus commission voucher. When you get through Silver, we actually open up our first mate rates to you. That means you can get on board for eligible sailings for $100 per person per night. And then lastly, for the Gold tier, when you get through that, you get a $150 onboard credit for a one-time use only on either a first mate rate booking or a full voyage fare. There's a little bit of something for everything. And I'll tell you this, that last line, first dibs on future fam trips and priority access to events. We do a lot of events in market. We have an amazing sales team throughout North America that are there to help you where you live. But when it comes to doing events, when it comes to doing FAMs, we always prioritize those that are fully trained. So get through Gold. It'll not only give you all these great perks, but it'll also open up a lot of great opportunities with our sales team. And at the end of the day, our Gold first mates are selling 10 times as many cabins as our Violet. So if you get through Gold, you're going to make some big bookings with Virgin Voyages and you're going to make some good money because we're paying you amazingly well. We have a very compelling commission program. We pay you 16% commission on the voyage fare. We made it very, very simple. 16% on the voyage fare, and we pay you 10% commission on everything else that you sell pre-voyage to your sailor. That's incredible. When you sell bar tab, you get 10% commission on that. You sell a shore thing, which is our fancy word for shore excursion. You make 10% commission. Airfare, 10%. Hotel, 10%. Everything like that that you sell prior to your sailor getting on board, you get paid for. And on top of that, not only are we getting these great commissions, we also make sure you're getting full commission. We have, since day one, no NCFs. That you deserve to get paid a full commission on the voyage fare you're selling. You'll get that with Virgin Voyages. And then lastly, one of the great things we created in the past 12 months is our new revolutionary product called LetsGoBook. And this came from feedback from you, our first mates, that we survey 2 to 3 times a year looking for things that we can do better. One of the key things they asked for is a better way to book. So obviously we've got firstmates.com where you can log in, make your booking. It maybe not be a booking engine you use as often as others, but what we did was created LetsGoBook. So every single one of our first mates has a dedicated URL from Virgin Voyages that you can use to make bookings on virginvoyages.com on behalf of your customers, or that link can be used to promote Virgin Voyages anywhere. Email, social media. I've seen first mates create QR codes, pass out flyers at events. Either way, when you make that booking through the link for your customer or your customer does it on their own, you get paid a commission for that. And since we launched that in September of last year, almost 25% of our bookings from our first mate channel is now coming through this technology. It's revolutionary, and it's really a great way to take advantage of all the social media assets out there to promote Virgin Voyages. And again, no NCFs as well. Last but not least, if you scan this QR code, we have a plethora of great PDFs, also information to all of our amazing sales crew throughout North America. On behalf of everyone at Virgin Voyages, thank you for all of your support. If you have any questions, do not ever hesitate to reach out to us, and cheers.
Well, thank you everyone for staying tuned in there. We appreciate it. Lots of messages coming through in the chat, so thank you so much. Now, I didn't see too many questions, but we're going to move on to the Q&A time. So we'll give people a couple of moments here to submit your questions to the Q&A. So please feel free to just ask your questions from the presentation. That would be great. That would be great. And we will ask Lauren the questions as we go here. So yeah, great. Lots of thank you messages coming through. That's good to see. And again, folks, if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A section, and we'll go from there.
So one thing I did see come through in the chat was someone asking to elaborate on what open-minded means and how to find that perfect client for Virgin Voyages. And so a couple of things I'll lean into, especially from the chat, is that it comes from Richard Branson, and we know that everything he touches is a little cheeky, it's a little chic. There's usually a fun play on words. And so you'll find that on board our ships too. Everything from our ice cream shop is called Lick Me Till I Scream. So cheekiness in the sense of we have a fun play on words. Remember that this is an adults only atmosphere, but nothing that would be overly shocking or inappropriate. So I would say, unless you have somebody that's ultra conservative and something like the name of our ice cream shop might offend them, or having a drag queen host our bingo, or even in terms of our entertainment, some of it isn't traditional in the sense that you sit down and watch a show. We have many shows like that, but we also have some that are more interactive, where the show might be happening around you, or we'll invite you to get up and dance with us or be a part of some of the entertainment if you feel comfortable doing that. But that's what we mean in the sense of open-minded and focused for adults. It's not vanilla, and it's not made to be for every single age group, but it is in no sense anything you should fear or worry about unless you do have those ultra sensitive or conservative clients in mind.
Thanks, Lauren, for addressing that. I do see a couple other questions coming through on the chat, so maybe we can ask those now. So I see a question here from Nadia saying, are we getting briefing by email? You'll receive a follow-up email from myself with this webinar recording. But if you're talking about something else regarding briefing, if you could just let us know in the chat, that would be great. But you will receive an email from myself with the recording from today, so that'll be covered for you. Next question. I heard that the entertainment has been changed a bit. Can you explain?
Sure. Yeah. So entertainment is ever evolving, and we want our sailors to always experience something a little different. And especially with Scarlet Lady, since she's been sailing for almost 2 years now, that we don't want it to get stale, and we want to bring new acts and new types of entertainment on board. And so we call all of our entertainment a festival of events for that reason. So like you would have a music festival or any type of other festival, there's always different things that are coming up just to keep that interest there. And for those that are repeat sailors, which we have many of those now, that they're not seeing the same thing over and over again. So we've sunset some of our shows that we launched with on Scarlet Lady, and they may come back again in a couple of years. Resilient Lady and Valiant Lady respectively have their own shows, so that it just stays a little more exclusive and interesting, and we can bring those sailors back over and over again.
Great, thanks. Next question, and it looks like this is our last. Unless anyone else does have any more, feel free to send your questions in, and we do have a bit of time here, so we can get to them. Okay, I see another one coming through. This is good. So firstmates.com is where we book. Is that correct, Lauren?
Yeah, so firstmates.com, you can absolutely book on there. And then as John alluded to, we have the new technology called LetsGoBook, and that link can be found in your firstmates.com profile. So if you log in there, up in the top right-hand corner under My Profile, you'll be able to see your unique LetsGoBook link. From there, you can use that to book clients on your own, or you can share that link and your clients can book and it'll still be tied back to you. So it's an avenue that either you can use or you can send to your clients.
Great, thanks. Next question. What type of shore excursions do you offer in Europe?
We have a long list. We have a whole book of them that can be found on firstmates.com. So depending on the port that you are in, you'll be able to search by port. You can search by ship. You can search by itinerary, and you can see a whole list of them. But there's a plethora to choose from there.
Great. A couple other questions coming through here, so we'll get to them as we go. And folks, again, we do have a bit of time, so if you have any questions, let us know. Okay, so I cannot find the Let's Go book link. Can you help? Lauren, do you have like a way to?
So there's two sides of this. Can I share my screen? Am I able to do that?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, if you just click on the bottom there, you'll see share content.
Sure, screen. Okay, let me share this from here. When you log into, can everybody see that? I'm hoping yes. Okay, if you log into firstmates.com, you'll see your name up here in the top right-hand corner. If you click on that and you go to my profile and you scroll down just a little bit, you should have something right here that says First Mate link. So you would just click copy that link. If that doesn't show for you, I think I stopped sharing my screen. Okay, if that didn't show for you, please email our brilliant support team at FirstMates. I'll type it in here for you, FirstMates@virginvoyages.com, and let them know that your Let's Go book link is not showing, and they will be able to turn that on for you. So for some reason, some profiles are a little glitchy and it's not showing, but they can easily fix it in about 5 minutes. So just email them and let them know it's not showing.
Perfect. Thanks, Lauren. That's great. So, and maybe I'll mention here too, and I'll mention again at the end, but you will be sent to the firstmates.com site after this. As the webinar ends, it'll automatically send you all there. So just so you're aware. Okay, so next question, how does your FAM program work?
Yeah, so we are working through that right now. We had some FAMs go out last year into early this year, and depending on capacity, we are working on how this FAM program will work in the future. What I will suggest is that you get through our gold tier of Sea Academy, as when our FAMs come back around again for later this year, the priority will go to the gold tier First Mates first. So definitely get that in and then stay tuned. And Sean will be able to share more of that program with you later this year.
Great. Good to hear. Okay. And do you have Canadian dollar rates?
We do, yes. So you can sell in 3 types of currency: US dollars, Canadian dollars, and British pounds.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, I think that's all of the questions. Yeah, I'm just scanning here. I think that's everything. So that should cover it. So thanks so much, Lauren. Appreciate your answers there.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Great. Okay, well, why don't we get on to the prize winners? So Lauren, I think you have the prize winner's name in your chat here. And if you could just announce that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Lisa Nelson from Travel Only. We will make sure that we get that swag bag out to you. It's full of some really great goodies. So I'm excited for you. Congrats.
Awesome. Thanks. Good to hear. Okay, great. So yeah, and folks, we do actually have one more question here. So let's just, Lauren, while we have you, let's maybe ask that, and then we'll go on from there. So can I book Virgin through ACV? And I'm not sure on that acronym, but do you happen to know, Lauren?
I don't know what ACV is.
Cheryl, if you could just explain what ACV is, then we can answer that question, and we'll get you an answer to that for sure. Thanks. So if we hear from Cheryl,
Air
we'll
Canada.
there you go, Air Canada Vacations.
No,
Okay.
at this time, I don't believe that we are selling through them as a tour operator, but some tour operators could be coming in the future. So just stay tuned on that, but not for now.
Okay, great. Yeah. Awesome. And yeah, lots of people saying Air Canada Vacations. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks everyone.
Give
Appreciate
me a minute.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm based in the US.
No, yeah, that's okay. That's all good. I should have known too. Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much, everyone. And thanks everyone for your time. We really appreciate it. A reminder to check out the website when as the webinar ends here. The webinar is just going to end, and then you're going to go directly to the firstmates.com site. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. And thank you again to Lauren for being here. We really appreciate your time. And thanks to John Diorio and Charles Sylvia as well. And thanks to Clea for being involved. So a reminder to also subscribe to all of Baxter Media's publications. You can do so at the top of your chat there, clicking on that link, travelpress.com/subscribe. And again, we'll be sending the webinar recording from today to each of you within about 24 hours once it's processed. And all of our past recordings from webinars can be found on our Baxter Media YouTube channel or at travelpress.com. You can find our webinar recordings there. So last note, be sure to also check out the results of our Agent's Choice Readership Survey on travelpress.com. We had such a blast at the Agent's Choice Gala last week, celebrating your favorites from over 40 categories in the travel industry. So we had such a blast. If you were there, I hope you had a good time. I know I did. So thanks so much. And be sure to check out the readership survey. You can also find photos from the gala on our website as well, and see what a great time we had. So, and yeah, that wraps it up. So thanks again to Virgin Voyages. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate your time. And we hope to see you all again soon. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.